Hello Transurfers and the Transurfing Curious. I am Renee Garcia and this is your Reality Transurfing Express lesson of the day. Again, I am doing these by request only. If you have a topic that you wish for me to discuss, please put it down in the comments. I am adding all the topics to a little book and I have got quite a list. So I am just going one by one by one by one. Today, the topic is going to be being left, heartbreak, and jealousy. Okay, so obviously this is tied to, romantic chaos, when the thing ends, when you've been left, when the, heartbreak occurred, maybe you've lost someone, maybe somebody has passed away in your life. But anyway, we are going to break it down step by step by step, how transurfing can help you overcome this stuff. Now, I have a lot of experience romantically. I have been in a number of pretty serious relationships. I was married once. I was engaged twice. That didn't happen. I have been cheated on. I have been left. I have had all sorts of heartbreak in my past life, and really what the bottom line of real bottom out devastating heartbreak is an extreme amount of importance on the relationship. Now, oftentimes we obviously cannot help this when we are in the relationship, right? It is sort of blinding when you're inside of how much you are banking on the thing working out, how much energy you're putting in. We don't really go into relationships assuming that they're going to end. So when they do end, that's why we're devastated. We continue to build excess potential in the relationship, right? We're sort of catapulting ourselves to a position where we are dependent on that relationship continuing. Otherwise, we are going to plummet down and, be devastated, be heartbroken, feel, disregarded, feeling left out, hurt, betrayed, jealousy, all that stuff. So the first thing that I want to remind everyone is that for those of you that watched my video on going with the flow, remember, reality is kind of like a river, okay? And there's lots and lots of variations, an infinite number of variations and options on rocks, sort of downstream, okay? And what happens is we get overly focused on one rock in the river, in the flow, and we hold on to that rock for dear life. That rock represents our loaded up importance and excess potential and expectations and our narrowed focus and our limited thinking that this is all there is and all that kind of crap. Okay, so we hold on to this rock, and even when a breakup occurs, a divorce happens, a child dies, somebody dies in your life, a family member, a loved one, any kind of loss, any kind of, is something going wrong in your reality, what you perceived as wrong, right? What happens is even when that person leaves, so let's say you're in a marriage and this represents your marriage, and then your partner leaves you, okay? The shitty thing is you're still holding on to that rock, right? You're still angry, resentful, not wanting to let go of the past, still trying to blame or figure out who is accountable. Even all the after effects of a breakup or a divorce or some kind of loss. Now, oftentimes loss is stuff like, a family member dying or something like that. And of course we're going to be sad, okay? And of course we're going to be sad if somebody divorces us. And of course we're going to be sad if we lose a child or something big or catastrophic happens. But the thing is you do have the ability to let go of this rock because the other person, they're already gone, right? And what you're doing is you're still resonating at that same frequency you were in the presence of that person or that marriage or that thing that you've lost, whatever it is. You're still resonating with it. You're still attaching your mental frequency to high levels of importance, right? Not letting go and not, accepting or even being able to acknowledge that your world is in fact trying to take care of you right now, but your world will not force you to let go of this rock. You have to let go of this rock. Then your world will take you down the stream where an infinite number of other variations and options exist to you that's way better than this stale, dead rock loaded up with importance is. This isn't doing anything for you. There's nothing here, right? You're just continuing to resonate at the same frequency of the relationship, of the past thing, of the thing that you lost, okay? So that brings me to advantage. So really what's happening is, in my opinion, when something happens, you lose a job, you lose a relationship, you have a death in your family, something big happens. It is your world trying to wake you up a little bit. Now, your world didn't do this to you, but it's giving you this opportunity where something has opened up, right? You have the ability now to see yourself off of that old track, getting yourself to a higher track, and more valuably, connecting to a higher version of yourself. This is definitely the case in relationships that end, okay? Your world is opening the doors for you and releasing you from something that was not working out. It was keeping you on a stale track. It was keeping you from connecting with that higher version of yourself on one of those higher tracks. So remember, there are an infinite number of life tracks, right? And that means there is an infinite number of versions of you, okay? Now, a version of you exists on a higher life track that is, that's got a really good relationship, that's got a really loving relationship, everything that you've ever wanted, but this person exists on a higher life track, okay? When something happens on a lower life track, that person that you were with, okay, you were resonating together on another track, one that wasn't good for the both of you. Obviously, if somebody's leaving, something's just not right, and the other person has exited themselves. Maybe they've gone up, maybe they needed to go to a higher track, but don't be a fool and just exist on this past track longing for someone to come back and help you continue to be stuck, because that's really what it's about. It's about being stuck. So this person that left you is exiting. They may be going up, they may be going down, but you know what? Who cares? It's not relevant to you. But you are therefore released. You don't have the thing to keep resonating with to keep you here. So you can go now, find and connect with that higher version of yourself, and ultimately find that partner, because your future partner is probably on a higher track. If you needed something you weren't getting from this previous partner, then you are probably looking for a set of qualities or characteristics that don't exist on that track. So there's a good possibility that your future partner, your future mate, the guy that's really, really made for you, the gal that's really, really made for you, is on one of those higher tracks. You have to now work at yourself, to connecting with that higher version of yourself, to get yourself to that upper track where that that really awesome potential mate exists. That's exactly what happened to me. So this is really sort of the world's way, your world taking care of you, trying to get you to one of those higher tracks, saying, hey, listen, there's somebody better up there waiting for you, but you have to let go of the stuff that was on this track, and you have to start ascending yourself personally, right? Connecting to that higher version of yourself. What Vadim Zeland says in the book is, why would you possibly want someone that does not want you, right? So if you have been left and you are sitting on that track by yourself, why, and this is not for anybody to judge, it's not for me to judge, this is a question for you. Why would you want to personally be with someone that does not want to be with you? It's a really, really powerful question, actually. And I did that a lot in my past. I mean, I was forever picking guys that weren't for me, and I don't know what I was doing, but I felt if I wasn't chasing someone that it wasn't worth it. And in fact, it was the opposite. I stopped chasing. I allowed myself to be chased. And man, I got the most perfect guy in my life right now. I mean, he is like a real dreamboat. So I'm glad that I stopped with, doing that thing that I was doing in the past of feeling victimized. Why doesn't someone want to be with me? And then switching it around to, I don't care. I'm not going after those types of people anymore. I'm just going to start shining my light really bright. And then obviously I attracted somebody that was really, really powerful and cool and funny and sexy and romantic and pretty much everything I ever wanted in a guy. So I'm really happy. But I had to connect with that higher version of myself, because he was up here. He definitely was not down here. Okay. Jealousy. Go over that quickly. Jealousy is limited thinking, right? There's only one and someone else has it, right? Self-importance and inner importance, that's mine, right? That's jealousy. It's lack of flow, right? It's you. Jealousy is you holding on to this and saying, there's only one of these and it's mine, right? This is mine and there's only one. That's limited thinking, inner importance, and not being able to go with the flow, because there isn't only one. There's an infinite amount. They're all over the place, right? This one doesn't belong to you, especially if he doesn't or she doesn't, then it's not yours, right? You are not an important person that's entitled to someone else. If somebody doesn't want to be with you, let them go, let go of the rock, go down the river, go with the flow, and find one of these awesome people that are intended for you, right? Downstream, connect with that higher version of yourself and connect with what is truly intended for you. Heartbreak. Heartbreak is releasing material and energy, okay? And if you feel heartbroken right now over anything, loss of anything, good. Let yourself feel that. It is you cleansing, okay? It is you leaving material, information, vibration, all kinds of stuff on a track. But the idea is that you let it out of you and then you ascend. You do not stay and resonate with that stuff for an extended period of time. Burn stuff. If you didn't watch my video on burning stuff for 2019, take what it is. Take the name of the person. Take the things that you had together. Take the good times. Take the feelings you had. Take the fun stuff. Take anything you can that you feel you're holding on to and write it down and burn it in the fire. Start purging yourself. Start releasing this stuff. But you're releasing it onto the track, okay, that you and him or you and her or you and it existed, okay? You're releasing it on this track with the objective that you are then going to start to ascend and connect with the higher version of yourself to get something way better, okay? That's the most valuable part. So you got to get it out. Don't stay on that track. So I've come up with a couple solutions. I actually just told you one: burning it. Write anything down that you need to mourn, purge, get it out of your system. Go out to the country and scream at the top of your lungs. Get that energy out of you, because you have to purge it so you can go get up higher, right? The second solution that I'm going to offer is do the 30 Anomalous Action Challenge. Create a bunch of new information and material to put on your current track so it can distract you. The 30 Anomalous Action Challenge is for every single day. Take a step that is outside of your comfort zone. You have to get creative in new steps. Find things that call your attention. Maybe it's volunteering. Maybe it's getting involved in something creative. Maybe it's starting a project. Who knows what it is, but take an action every single day that's outside of your normal realm of activities, and all of a sudden your track will have a bunch of new events, right? The script and decoration, the set and decoration will change. The script will start to change. A whole bunch of stuff about your track will start to change, and before you know it, you're not even thinking about this guy or this girl or whatever it is that you've lost. You know, you can create so much material around you that it sort of just gets lost, right? So that's what I would definitely suggest, taking the 30 Anomalous Action Challenge. There is videos, lots of them, on ITI, the International Transurfing Institute Facebook group. I took the challenge a couple months ago. It completely changed my life. And it's my challenge, and I did it, and I committed to it, and I recorded it. And I mean, the effects that I'm feeling even today are just outrageous. It has brought so much information into my environment, so many opportunities, so many things are happening. I have travel plans and new projects and new businesses, and all kinds of stuff is happening. So it works. Commit to it if you want to take it. If you don't know about it, please go on to ITI and check it out. Connecting with the space of variations, or the alternative space. This is where I will leave you. An infinite number of partners for you exist in the alternative space. So when we feel like we have that attitude that there's only one of this thing and it was mine and I lost it, that is a very, very, very limited attitude. Your alternative space, there really is no alternative space for you. You are just in your own little bubble with your own little things around you. You are not accessing or trying to connect with the alternative space where an infinite number of everything that you want exists, right? So if you can start to develop, and I just did a video yesterday. If you want to watch that, please look at it. It's a little bit silly. It's one of these channeling things that I do, but I'm talking about the alternative space and what's in the alternative space and how to connect with it better. I would suggest, if you have not read the book, really start to focus on developing your relationship with the alternative space, because that is going to open yourself up to a world of an infinite number of possibilities. And in doing that, you will realize that holding on to that one thing was actually quite silly. And I'm not trying to minimize anybody's pain right now by any stretch of the imagination, but once you gain a sense of how vast and how much information and material and events and people the alternative space obtains, you'll realize that you heavily focusing on one thing was just a huge, huge waste of energy. So let go of this rock. Let the flow of variations take you to something better, okay? Purge what you need to before leaving this track and ascending to the higher version of yourself where your future partner exists, or at least something better. So questions I'm here to answer. I hope anyone that isn't feeling well to feel better. I really believe that these things will help you. We are here for you at ITI. Please come and tell us your story. There's tons of support available. If you're suffering from loss or heartbreak or something, these concepts can and will help you, but you have to allow them to, and you have to immerse yourself a little and start thinking a little bit outside of your regular line of thinking and start resonating with something else. So that's about it. I will be available to answer any questions, and thanks for watching my video, guys. Bye.